Exclusive, Firm A, which paid for Kim Keon-hee's Chanel bag, linked to Blue House Fashion Week incident. Firm A, operated by the spouse of 21 Gram's CEO. Circumstances revealed through former official Yu Gyeong-ok's testimony, it has emerged that a person identified by the pseudonym Lee, the spouse of Kim Tae-young, CEO of 21 Gram, a small interior design firm that secured a private contract for the presidential residence renovations, paid part of the additional cost when a Chanel bag linked to Kim Keon-hee, the spouse of former President Yoon Suk-yeol, was exchanged. The company run by Lee had previously been mentioned in connection with an attempt to hold a Seoul Fashion Week event on the Blue House grounds. According to the trial records of Kim Keon-hee from the 27th Criminal Division of the Seoul Central District Court, Chief Judge Woo In-sung, dated November 26, obtained by Asasan Media. Former Presidential Office Administrator Yu Gyeong-ok answered yes when asked, was the Chanel bag exchanged around July 8, 2022? You also replied, yes. It was paid for with that card. To the follow-up question, was the additional cost of 3.24 million won paid by Lee on July 8? Regarding whether Lee accompanied you at the time, you testified, yes. Since Lee was in the fashion industry, I asked her to find out where I could go without a wait because I was in a hurry. So I contacted Lee and asked, can you go with me if you have time? And it is true that we went together and she made the payment, but she was paid back by me. It has been reported that after Yoon Suk-yeol's election, the Unification Church delivered a Chanel bag and other items to former Administrator Yu through Shaman Jeonjin, known as Jeonjin Byapsa, claiming it was a gift for Kim Keon-hee. Yu later exchanged the Chanel bag that Kim Keon-hee had received for different Chanel products. The name Lee emerged during the testimony regarding that exchange process. John Jae-soo, possibility of discussions between Firm A and Kim Keon-hee's side regarding Blue House Fashion Week. Notably, Lee is married to Kim Tae-young, the CEO of 21 Gram. This company both sponsored Kim Keon-hee's former firm, Covana Contents, and won a private contract for remodeling the presidential residence. Lee also formerly served as an auditor for 21 Gram. Firm A, operated by Lee, is an exhibition, convention, and event agency linked to the June 2022 attempt to hold Seoul Fashion Week within the Blue House grounds. On October 24, 2022, the Office of Representative John Jae-soo of the Democratic Party of Korea issued a press release stating, according to data submitted by the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, MCST, and the Cultural Heritage Administration, now the Korea Heritage Service, the MCSD received a proposal from the Office of the President, Administrative Secretary's Office, in June 2022 to host a Seoul Fashion Week event. The release added, subsequently, on June 24, the MCSD and the Cultural Heritage Administration consulted on the matter via telephone. The office noted, it is unusual for the President's office to directly propose a specific event, raising questions about the background. The office further alleged, although the reception for the event was not ultimately held at the Blue House, questions arise regarding the background of what they described as a top-down, instruction-style proposal. There was likely influence from Kim Keon-hee's side. The fashion show event is related to 21 Gram, the firm that handled the presidential residence remodeling and was a sponsor of Covana Contents. Representative John's office stated, Firm A is a company involved in event agency work, fashion show directing and planning, and it highlights its participation in Seoul Fashion Week as part of its portfolio on its website. It is also confirmed on social media that the CEO of Firm A participated as a director in fashion shows like Seoul Fashion Week. As of December 2025, Firm A's website and social media accounts had been taken down. Potential violation of the Improper Solicitation and Graft Act strict investigation required, Representative John Jae-soo argued, we believe it is highly likely that Firm A and Kim Keon-hee's side discussed the Blue House Fashion Week, and that this was conveyed to the MCSD. Amid ongoing controversies regarding the use of the Blue House, there are growing indications of inappropriate involvement by the presidential office. The background of the fashion show review must be clearly revealed. However, in response to these allegations at the time, the MCSD explained, "We never received a proposal for a Fashion Week event from the president's office." The Fashion Week event was originally proposed by the Seoul Metropolitan Government to the Cultural Heritage Administration for hosting within the Blue House, and the MCSD merely discussed the utilization of the Blue House, including that event, with the president's office. While the actual Seoul Fashion Week was held at the Dongdaemun Design Plaza (DDP) from October 11th to 15th, 2022, rather than the Blue House, the timing of Lee's alleged Chanel bag payment was July 8th, 2022, preceding the event. Attorney John Hongyu of law firm Herring told Asasan Media, if Lee was not reimbursed for the payment, there is a possibility that both Lee and Yoon Suk-yeol violated the Improper Solicitation and Graft Act, South Korea's anti-graft law. A swift and strict investigation by a special counsel is necessary. Asasan Media visited 21 Gram and Firm A on November 28 to request comments, but no response has been received to date. Cho Seon-hee, founder and publisher TJSGP7847 at naver.com related video. https://youtube.be/anoyadsgdkb4 This English version was generated by AI and may contain translation errors. Please note that there may be discrepancies from the original Korean text.